A lot of people dream of clocking out of their corporate job for the last time, packing up and moving to the province to start a farm. The appeal is obvious: fresh air, self-reliance, and an escape from the city. Sherwin Amid Al-Moscosa is executing this dream in eastern Samar. He is building the Moscosa Integrated Farm and AgriHub Trading, an ecosystem that includes fruit tree orchards, a nursery, layer poultry, and an agricultural supply hub. Look at this scale. On one side, you have a massive, complex agricultural operation. On the other side, you have the seed capital Sherwin used to launch it, roughly 500,000 pesos. In commercial agriculture, that is a thin margin for error. This capital constraint is why many rural transitions fail. The assumption is that cash is the primary requirement for survival, but financial capital only buys assets. It cannot manage the operational machinery required to keep those assets from collapsing. When you launch an operation with limited seed money, you have to replace financial leverage with an immense amount of human capital. For Sherwin, this human capital was a deliberate curriculum extracted over decades from a series of seemingly disconnected corporate jobs. His resume features a disparate list of roles, but each job functioned as a prerequisite course. To build an agribusiness from scratch, he first had to pass this specific corporate curriculum. Sherwin started as a security guard. It was a role defined by physical fatigue, long hours, and sleep deprivation. This job forced the acquisition of discipline and strict adherence to rules. Next, as a central sterile supply technician, the physical endurance remained, but the environment demanded technical accuracy, requiring him to follow standards without deviation. Discipline and accuracy form a specific bedrock. If you can't maintain a sterile hospital environment, you likely won't be able to manage the physical, day-to-day biosecurity standards required to keep a poultry flock alive. Managing tasks is different from managing people, a reality Sherwin confronted when becoming a union president. This role required a difficult balance, maintaining empathy for workers while using hard, objective facts to negotiate with corporate management. He had to learn the mechanics of conflict, specifically how to identify the exact moment to stand firm and the exact moment to engage in diplomatic dialogue to move a deal forward. The human element is the most unpredictable variable in any business. By managing a union, Sherwin learned that even the best policies fail if the people executing them aren't managed with the precision of machinery. As a supplier accreditation officer, his perspective shifted to protecting the organization. He audited suppliers and enforced compliance to insulate the company from external risk. This culminated in his final role as a labor relations officer, which he held while completing a master in public administration. This stage forced a synthesis of everything: managing employee relations, interpreting policy, and mitigating risk simultaneously. The separate skills merged into a single cohesive engine. Auditing agricultural suppliers and enforcing nursery standards required this exact same systemic view. The corporate experience provided the blueprint for managing a farm's inventory and compliance. In eastern Samar, Sherwin is now applying this curriculum to physical land, planting avocado, pili, and calamansi trees. He is deploying his capital through a strict sequential protocol: survive, prove the model, generate cash flow, reinvest, scale. The corporate systems once used to manage human relations and hospital compliance are now being used to optimize layer poultry and egg production. The same discipline required to track sterile hospital equipment applies to tracking poultry inventory in a rural hub. The environment changes, but the system remains the core driver of the results. Beyond the poultry houses and inventory logs, Sherwin is focused on a different metric: a sustainable future for his children. We often treat the corporate ladder as a way to reach a better title, but its real value is as a tool-gathering phase. You climb the ladder to extract the skills necessary to build your own asset. A corporate salary stops the moment you stop working. Business cash flow and land ownership can last for generations. From a salary to cash flow, from a career to a legacy. There are no small jobs if you are actively extracting lessons from them. Every single role and every difficult negotiation was simply preparation for the lasting legacy Sherwin is now building.